I found over the years that trees aren't only cool and very helpful, but they're also really fun. They can be used as a catapult, a seat. You can walk on them and use them as a bridge. You can even climb inside of them. Just be careful. I swear there's something climbing up my leg. We ran into a forest that was so magical. There was faces on almost every tree. There were little fire pits and bridge trees, and it was so amazing, and I wanted to learn more about these trees. So one day at the Cranberry Marsh, we were out for a hike, and there was a tree carver there. So I got to do an interview with them, and here it is.
Hi, it's Kaylin from Explore Muskoka Girl, and what is your name?
My name is Todd.
And what is this what you do for a living? Carving trees?
I carve everything. I do little bears, owls, and then some people, they have a tree that came down on their property and it meant a lot to them. And so they would have me come on site and they would tell me what they loved the most. So sometimes they give me a picture of their child when they're young, I carve their little girl, or they might love bears, or they love like raccoons or wolves, and I'll carve it right there for them.
And what's the hardest one you've ever carved?
I think it's multiple ones where you do maybe 6 or 7 different carvings all in one tree. Sometimes you can get trees like this.
Have you ever had to carve like a tree sideways?
I have not done sideways, but I've done something way up in the air, 20, 30 feet up, and so then you have to use scaffolding, so it's pretty high.
And what kind of tools do you use?
I mainly use chainsaws, so I start off with a real big saw and I block it in, and then I go to a smaller saw because it's a lot lighter and it's very hard.
Is that how you get into like these details?
Yeah, so I got some special saws that can do fine details, can put in the fur on bears, putting on feathers on the birds, and putting eyes in that on carvings. And if you want to, you can put the eyeballs in that in using usually a Dremel or a die grinder.
I think one time you said attach googly eyes, like giant.
You can do the googly eyes, yeah.
And how long do they usually take?
This one has 2 faces on it, and probably it's taken me 2 hours, 3 hours of carving so far. But usually at the end, probably burn it to get rid of all the rough stuff, and then get a wire brush, take all that off, and then I'll put an outdoor sealer on it.
How do you burn it without setting it on fire?
Basically I do set it on fire. But it's a green wood, so it only burns it on the surface.
That way you don't like set a forest fire.
Especially around here. Yeah.
And how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it, I quit my job about 20 years ago, and I've been doing it on and off since then.
So at first it was just for fun?
First it was just for fun. Somebody wanted a face, and I just made a face for them, and then somebody actually bought one of my early ones, and then you get excited and then you try to do more and more.
Yeah. So like all the details, is that the hardest part?
That's the funnest part. You know, the tarring part is carving it deep and roughing it out, and then so now I'll get the small saw and I'll go in and I'll put the maybe creases underneath the eyes, and I'll do the eyeballs a little bit more, put in the mouth, and then it actually comes to life for you.
Cool. So you had to like peel the bark off? Do you have a special tool for that?
Yeah, I use one of my old saws. But you're right, if I got an old tree, then I got a special tool and I just scrape it off, because the bark really dulls the saw, makes it dull real quick.
Yeah. So do you have to sharpen your saws a lot? Because
that's why I bought so many saws, so I don't have to stop and sharpen them. So when I go home, I'll do a whole bunch of them.
Probably have to buy a bunch of chains too.
Yeah, especially if you hit a nail. I don't have to worry about nails on the bush here, but if you do a log in front of somebody's house, it may have been 50 years ago, but somebody had nails in that tree at one time.
Do you have like a business?
I do. I work out of home. I live out in the country. You can find me at toddandrews@rogers.com.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your time, and I really love this. This is so cool. And thanks for the interview.
And thank you guys for hiking all the way out here. It's a long trail.
It was worth it.
I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Turn on the post notifications bell so you won't miss another video. Don't forget to live, love, and explore. See you in the woods. Muskoka Girl out.